Okay guys, so today I'm going to be talking about activism, and what activism is and what it means. And the thing is, I don't actually like the word activism. It's a label and I don't like it. I don't see myself as an activist at all. I see myself as a human being in this world, a human, a mother, a friend, a sister, a daughter, a lover. I'm all these things, and I'm a human, and I can see what's going on around me in the world. My main objective for the things that I do is because of my child, and to just want a better place for the children I see all around me. And that's the reason I look into things and I then share the information that I find. All the stories that I find are online, they're all available. All the information that I seek, I find, and it's all online. All the patents are there. You can find out about technology yourself. And what I want to say is, when I first started to notice things going on, what I did was I did research of my own. I went online, I went to the library, I read stuff, I got books about certain issues, and got my head around things like, that way. I was a latecomer to the internet also. So what I've done myself is I've managed to get a database myself, not through information from other people on, say, YouTube or Facebook, because I'm not even on Facebook. So the information I get is information that I find personally myself. Now, when I find this information and I find something important, I don't stop to think, has anybody else talked about this? Has anybody else revealed this? Am I going to be stepping on any toes? I don't think that way. I just reveal what it is I found on my channel for my subs and whoever may see my videos. I haven't got anybody else in mind as I make a video or as I reveal my information. But there are some activists, they like to call themselves that, they like to label themselves. There are some activists who go out of their way to seek the credit, okay? They reveal things and they talk about certain issues because they want credit, and they actually demand credit. And I find that very upsetting, and it says a lot about the person themselves, to actually want credit for things that you've found yourself on the internet, which is available for everybody. So you're not unique if you find something on the internet. It's not a unique thing, because it's there, and lots of people before you and after you are going to see it. So to demand credit says a lot about your ego and why you're actually doing this. I also find some activists can be quite negative towards other people, and their ego, it's just, I find some people quite shocking, their ego, and I step back from that because I find it, I can't understand it. I really can't understand it, and I do stay away from people like that because I find them quite damaging to be around. And some of the things they can write and talk about, I find, I can't even look at some of their work because I hear it coming out in their voice, and I find it upsetting. They've forgotten they're doing it for their fellow man, and they're only doing this for themselves. What, for subs, for views, for likes? If that's your only reason for being an activist, then you need to think again. Because I say this to people all the time, that the amount of subs I have don't matter. The amount of video views I have don't matter. The only thing I do appreciate, if you thumbs up a video that I've done, other people get to see it. So I do appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos, and I appreciate you for spreading the information that I've got. And I really appreciate all the lovely comments that I get. And I do try to take my time to reply to everybody, although I do get a lot of messages in my inbox, and also I get a lot of emails. I suppose I'm making this video because I do have somebody in mind, and this person I've never had a problem with. And I did appreciate the work they did originally, and I did try to reach out for them, but because of their ego they turned away from me because they could see what I was doing. And then I just carried on and did what I was doing, didn't really think about this person, didn't really bother me. Didn't bother me at all, actually. But occasionally they do pop back into my life. And I'm just going to say I'm going to pray for this person, because I feel that however they try to outwardly show what's happening, I feel inside, I feel your pain, I feel your envy, and I see your ego. And I just want to say to you that I've never had a problem with you, and I have reached out to you before, and I just want to say to you now, just forget about me. Just forget about me and forget about what I'm doing, and you just go along your own path and be happy, and stop looking behind you and stop demanding credit, because these are the things that are upsetting you on a daily basis, and you yourself need to let go of certain issues. And really that's all I wanted to say on the issue of activism. Now, also on the issue of, there are people out there today in the world who are turning away from truth, and they're deciding to ignore truth and just look the other way. And I was thinking about this last night before I just fell asleep in bed, and just thinking about this issue, and I've got like a little image in my mind, and I got myself sitting opposite somebody who denies things that are going on around them. And this is how I saw it. I'm sitting opposite someone in a house, and they're sitting right by the window. And from where I'm standing, the tree next to them is starting to set alight. It's on fire. It's starting to burn outside. So I look at this person and I say to them, the tree outside is burning. And they look at me and they say, no, it's not. And I say to them, yes, it is. It's burning outside. I can see it. And they say to me again, no, it's not. And then I say to them, but why aren't you looking outside the window to see yourself whether or not the tree is burning? And they look at me and they say, well, the tree isn't burning. I know it's not burning, and you're lying. And as they're telling me this, I'm looking outside and I can see the tree is really burning now. It's really on fire. So I say to them again, I'm telling you, the tree's burning. I can see it burning and I can smell the smoke. And yet again, once again, they deny it. They say, no, the tree's not burning, even though all they have to do is turn their head and look out the window, and they'd see that the tree was actually on fire. And they still deny it. So now what happens is the tree burns down to the ground, and it's just ash on the floor. And then the person decides to turn and look, and they see, oh yeah, the tree was on fire. The tree's now gone. The tree's burnt down. And then I look at the person as they look there shocked that the tree was burning, and I say to them, well, I told you the tree was burning, and now you've looked at the tree and it's too late because the tree has turned to ash. If you'd have looked earlier at the tree, you'd have been able to save the tree or help the tree, but you denied that the tree was on fire because all you did was look at me, and you didn't choose to look at the tree. So that's just what I was getting in my head last night, and that's how I see the whole issue of people who are unwilling to look at truth. There's going to be a point where you decide and your mind tells you, yeah, these people actually, what they're saying is making sense. I can see this around me. And by the time you look and you take your time to see truth, it's going to be too late. And in my room that I'm talking to this one person, if you can imagine millions of people all deciding not to look at the tree burning. Millions and millions and millions of people. And all they had to do was turn their head, and they didn't, and the tree burnt. You know, that's an analogy of life. That's an analogy of the world. Yeah? So when people are trying to tell you about the burning tree, which is the truth, look at the tree. look at the truth. Because if more people look at the burning tree and more people start throwing a bucket of water on this tree, more people are going to see the truth. I really hope you understand the way I'm putting it. Those are just my thoughts for today. I hope the person in question does get to hear this, and I hope it does bring you peace, because I do feel, I feel certain things, and I get from you. And I just want to say as well, please, don't be envious of me. Don't envy anything I'm doing. Don't be envious of views. Don't be envious of likes. Don't be envious of subs. Because at the end of the day, that's damaging, and it's negative in your world and in your mind. It's not healthy. Yeah? When I go to somebody's page, I don't even care about their subs and their views. I don't care. The videos they're making, if it's good, I'm going to watch them and I'm going to support them. And that's it, really. And I never step onto my soapbox and declare that I'm better than everybody else because I have this information, and as an activist you're backwards because you're so many years behind everybody else. You know, some of the ways I've heard you talk and some of the things I've heard you say, the way you write sometimes. Chill out. Chill out. And just let it go. And just do what you did at the beginning when you first started to see these things and reveal these things. Don't become negative and bitter with what you see, or you just become one of them. Don't become what you're fighting. Remember why you're fighting, but don't become what it is you are fighting. Yeah? One love. Seriously, one love. I say it all the time. It's one love. And everybody who's doing something at this time, thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for caring. Thanks for loving humanity. And I just want to big up everybody who's doing their thing in their own way. Forget how people tell you you should be doing it. Forget how people tell you you should be coming with it. Yeah? For everyone who's doing their own thing at this time in their own way, you're all playing a major part. And just want to send you some big ups and some love. So to all the activists and to all the truthers and to all the people that refuse to see the truth, it's time to notice the trees burning. Okay. One love.